Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Raw, as well as the main event. Raw, as well as the main event, is brought to you by THQ, and happy Veterans Day to everybody. Now, this is a good chance for me to explain the rules, and here are the rules. Alright. Excuse me. I apologize for the coughing at the most inopportune of times, but anyways, this is the Veterans Day All-Star Rumble match, and it consists of 30 men in all, and first and foremost, 2 men will start, and then every couple of seconds, another competitor enters the ring according to the number they drew in a random lottery. Excuse me. To be eliminated, you can be eliminated at any time during the match when you are thrown over the top rope and onto the floor. And the first guy coming out is Paul White, and he is going to be a tough man to get over the top rope and onto the floor. But anyway, you have to be thrown over the top rope and onto the floor. Both feet must touch the floor in order to be eliminated. The last man standing after all others have entered will be declared the winner, and the grand prize in this case, well, first and foremost, the runner-up gets a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. But the winner gets a shot at the World Wrestling Federation's I apologize, I need to slow down. The winner gets a shot at the World Wrestling Federation Championship. Okay. And in addition to that, they get to be a part of the Veterans Day dinner, free of charge. Otherwise, they would have to pay for their own dinner upon the conclusion of this match, as well as the show. So, yeah, I mean, after this match, the show's over, and we're going to have a Veterans Day dinner at 4 different restaurants, so there's a choice of where you want to have dinner at. But yeah, the winner gets to go to the dinner for free. Everybody else is going to have to pay. But yeah, in addition to that, a shot at the World Wrestling Federation Championship is on the line as well. So the first 2 men to enter are Paul White and Cactus Jack. So yeah, I apologize for going too fast, but I was trying to get the rules out of the way. So we have Cactus Jack and Paul White. Now, Paul White is 500 pounds and stands over 7 feet tall. And a suplex onto Cactus Jack. I mean, Cactus Jack, he's no small man, but when you go up against Paul White, more often than not, you are going to be the small man against him. But, let me just move up a little closer here. Oh, and then a face smasher with a knee by Paul White. And now here comes Chris Jericho, the new the new European champion, Chris Jericho. And I will say, as far as Chris Jericho is concerned, he won it in a house show. Which is to say it's a non-televised show, but he won it in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. And now he's the European champion, so yeah. Anyway, and he's going right after Cactus Jack. I mean, why not? I mean, there's nobody in their right mind would want any of Paul White. And here comes... Who's that? Oh, Billy Gunn. We haven't seen him since the first round of the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship Tournament. But he is in this match. I mean, he has a long way to go, but the man to beat in this match is Paul White at this time, as he goes right for Chris Jericho. A suplex right to Chris Jericho. So, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the Veterans Day dinner, along with my son and as well as my uncle who served in Vietnam. But that'll have to wait until later, after this match. And Paul White just eliminating Chris Jericho. I mean, Chris Jericho could not stand up to Paul White, I'm sorry. And meanwhile, here comes Mankind, and Mankind has had his problems with the corporation, and Paul White is the enforcer of the corporation. So Mankind is going to want to get his hands on the Big Show, although right now Cactus Jack is doing a number on him. But for the time being, he'll have to go after, I guess he'll go after Billy Gunn. And now Cactus Jack actually has, well, never mind. I thought for a moment Paul White was going to be eliminated. And I cannot believe the strength of Billy Gunn to be able to pick up Paul White. But he did. And it looks as if Cactus Jack and Mankind are going to fight each other. Alright, who's up now? I believe this is number 6. And, well, I'll tell you one thing. This is not going to make Mankind any happy because, well, now we have another member of the corporation. And if he gets in there, then the corporation will be 2 members strong. Now let's see who Ken Shamrock is going to go after. Alright, he's going to go after Billy Gunn. I mean, of course, the corporation and the New Age Outlaws haven't gotten along as well, so they have some scores to settle themselves. And Mankind eliminating Cactus Jack, so Cactus Jack is finished. Oh, but Mankind just noticed that Ken Shamrock is in there. On a massive headbutt onto Paul White, or from Paul White to Billy Gunn. Excuse me. Well, here comes the British Bulldog. We already saw him in a match against the former World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. But now he has a chance to become the World Wrestling Federation Champion again, or even compete for the Intercontinental Champion if he's lucky enough to make it that far. But right now, Paul White has his sights set on Mankind, and the British Bulldog going to single out Ken Shamrock. Just so much action in the ring, I'm trying to keep up, folks. I apologize for that. But Paul White, yeah, like slowly but surely, he's taking out everybody, and he just took out Mankind, so Mankind will not get his revenge on the corporation anytime soon. And speaking of the corporation, here comes the leader of the corporation, the owner of the World Wrestling Federation, Mr. McMahon. Although Paul White is going to go after the boss, but unfortunately it is every man for himself, and they're going to have to fight each other even if they don't want to. And a rake in the eyes right to Paul White. Meanwhile, Shamrock, nope. Well, he tried to eliminate the British Bulldog, but he couldn't. Meanwhile, the Giant is handling the boss.
Are you ready?
And, here comes Triple H, and Triple H is one of the members of D-Generation X, and he has had his problems with the corporation. So right now the corporation is 3 members strong, with Paul White, Ken Shamrock, and now Mr. McMahon. Although right now 2 of the members are fighting each other, and only because they have to. And now the Bulldog going to try to get rid of Ken Shamrock. Well, he throws him over, but he does not eliminate him. At least not yet. And out goes Ken Shamrock, so 1 member of the corporation is done. Okay, so now it's 2-on-2 with McMahon and White against the Bulldog and Triple H. Call somebody! Here comes the Road Dogg. The other half of the New Age Outlaws. We already saw Billy Gunn. But now here comes the Road Dogg. And he too has had his problems with the corporation, as well as with Triple H of D-Generation X. So we'll see who he's going to go after first. No, he's going to go right after the Giant. And why not? He's a threat in there. Meanwhile, Mr. McMahon going to try to get rid of the British Bulldog. And a double suplex on the Triple H and the Road Dogg. Meanwhile, the British Bulldog has been eliminated by Mr. McMahon. It is still 2-on-2. The corporation and Triple H and the Road Dogg. Powerbomb onto Triple H with ease. And, here comes Pikachu. Now here's a guy that can stand up to Paul White, being that he is supernaturally strong, is Pikachu. I mean, Pikachu's more or less the odd man out. I mean, most of these guys in the ring have some vendetta with each other, but a suplex onto Mr. McMahon and a back suplex onto the Road Dogg. But it looks as if Pikachu, well, I thought for a moment he was going to focus on Mr. McMahon. And a rib breaker right to the Road Dogg. Then a clothesline right to the Road Dogg. And an inverted atomic drop onto the Road Dogg. Then a massive headbutt onto Triple H. Uh-oh! Mr. McMahon is not going to like this, as Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero, is in there, and he's going to go right after Mr. McMahon. Yeah, he's going right after McMahon. There's some unfinished business between the two of them. But a belly-to-belly onto Eddie Guerrero. Although from behind, Triple H goes right after Mr. McMahon. And a nice suplex onto the Road Dogg. And a couple of clubbing blows right to Triple H. So yeah, now that the ring is full with 6 men, it's going to be hard for even myself to keep up with everything, but I'll do my best. Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero in trouble already. I mean, he just got in there. Sorry. And Mr. McMahon got kicked in the face and onto the floor. So Mr. McMahon is finished. And Eddie Guerrero chokeslam onto the floor. Well, as far as Eddie Guerrero and Mr. McMahon are concerned, well, they're going to have to settle their issues at another time. I really thought they would settle their issues right here, right now, but it just was not to be. Meanwhile, Paul White has been in there since the start, and he's thrown guys out. Although Pikachu just got thrown out by the Road Dogg. So Pikachu is done. And a clothesline right to Triple H, and Triple H actually got busted open. But he'll have to get treated in the back. So now we're down to the Road Dogg and Paul White. And Paul White is in a bit of trouble here. Or so I thought. I mean, there's no one man that can stop Paul White. But that's not stopping the Road Dogg. Wow, look at the strength of the Road Dogg! I do not believe it. He just threw out Paul White with whatever strength he had, did the Road Dogg. Well, anyway, here comes Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels is coming off a big, okay, let me slow down a little bit, okay? Shawn Michaels is coming off a victory, and a big one at that, against The Undertaker and Kane, along with Triple H. So, yeah, I apologize for screwing up the commentary, but then again, I am getting old, so what else is new? Let me just get up, let me just sit up here a little bit. So now we're down to the Road Dogg and Shawn Michaels, but we still got more competitors to come. As Shawn Michaels gonna try to get rid of the Road Dogg. Doesn't do it. Oh, here comes the Godfather. You know, we haven't seen him since the last match he was in the last Rumble match. Well, here he is right now. On a DDT right to the Road Dogg, and the Road Dogg has now been busted open. So now the Road Dogg is bleeding. Although right now Shawn Michaels is going to go right after the Godfather. Well, shoved into the corner by the Godfather and then kicked right in the face was Shawn Michaels, and now Shawn Michaels is done. So now it's the Godfather and the Road Dogg in the ring by themselves. And who's coming here? Oh, wait a minute. There's the Intercontinental Champion, Adam Sandler, and, well, if he finishes in second, all he gets is a night off, but if he wins, then he gets a shot at the World Wrestling Federation Championship. Excuse me. And then a headbutt right to Adam Sandler. Oh, then a clubbing blow right to the back by the Road Dogg. And, wait a minute. Oh, here comes Fox McCloud. Excuse me. So yeah, Fox McCloud making his first appearance in a long time. About to make his way into the ring, so we'll find out what he's going to do when he gets in. And Adam Sandler saved himself there. And Fox McCloud going to go right after the Road Dogg. A Rough Rider onto the Road Dogg. And a running bulldog onto the road dog. How apropos. Oh, then a clothesline right to Adam Sandler. Then a clubbing blow right to Fox McCloud. Oh, then a headbutt again to Adam Sandler. Alright, who's up now? Oh, here comes Mario. And earlier we saw him in the match against the Nation of Domination, in which his team won a TLC match. But we'll see how Mario is gonna do. We'll see how Mario does in this match. A bulldog onto the Godfather by Mario. A double suplex onto the Godfather. Now Fox McCloud, no, he tried to eliminate the Road Dogg, but he couldn't. Now Mario gonna try to get rid of the Godfather, but he couldn't. And, uh-oh. It's Vader time. So now the man they call Vader has arrived. We'll see if he lasts longer than he did the last time he was in a match like this, as Mario went for a chop block onto Adam Sandler. And Fox McCloud gonna go right after the Road Dogg and try to eliminate him. A dropkick sends the Road Dogg over the top rope and onto the floor, and the Road Dogg, with all the blood he lost, it was just too much for him to stay in any longer. So the Road Dogg is done. And whipped into the corner into the Road Dogg, or not the Road Dogg, the Godfather, I'm sorry. Again, I apologize for sucking on commentary, but one, I'm recovering from sickness, and number two, I am getting old. I mean, at 37 years old, I mean, you wouldn't think that'd be too old, but it is to me, really. But I mean, I'll live, but don't worry about it. So it's a part of life. But anyway, back to the match. Nope. And now Vader and the Godfather are going to try to get rid of Mario. Meanwhile, Adam Sandler going to try to hold on. Meanwhile, here comes Yoshi. And Adam Sandler is out. He couldn't hold on. He was not able to hold on there. And Vader gonna try to get rid of the Godfather, and he does. Out goes the Godfather. And wait a minute, Yoshi going right after Mario? I thought they were gonna be, teammates and try to get rid of everybody else, including Vader. I mean, Vader's close to 400 pounds. I mean, you would be better served to try to get rid of him, although Fox is he's doing a good job on Vader, but Vader is a big man. Oh, a drop kick, and wow, Vader just got clotheslined over the top rope and onto the floor, and the man they call Vader is gone. So now we have Yoshi and Mario and Fox McCloud. Although right now, Yoshi and Mario are fighting each other. Then again, I guess it is every man for himself. And now, who's coming up now? Oh, wait a minute, here comes Alex Trebek. We haven't seen him since the last match we had, such as this one. And he's gonna go No, it looks as if he's going to go right after Mario. So that leaves Fox and Yoshi to fight each other. Yoshi's going to try to get rid of Fox McCloud, but was unable to. Alright, someone's coming. Who's it going to be? And oh no. Well, if you remember him from the last time we had a match like this, Mark Henry is going to be a tough out from this point on, as Alex Trebek just eliminated Mario. So Mario is gone, but now we have Mark Henry. And now Mark Henry is going to single out Yoshi. And now Mark Henry, let's see if he can get rid of Yoshi. And Fox McCloud is going to try to get rid of Alex Trebek. And Mark Henry gets rid of Yoshi. So Yoshi is gone. And here comes Luigi. I mean, what bad timing. I mean, Yoshi just got eliminated. But Luigi is going to go right after Mark Henry, as Alex Trebek is going to try to get rid of Fox McCloud. Well, he throws Fox McCloud over, but he does not get rid of him, though. And Fox somehow managed to save himself. And now is going to return the favor onto Alex Trebek. And now who's up next? And, well, here comes Mr. McMahon's son, Shane McMahon. The second in command of the corporation. I mean, just about everybody from the corporation has already been gone, so Shane is going to have to do this himself. Meanwhile, Henry going to try to get rid of Luigi. Oh, but Luigi stayed in. And now Fox going to continue his quest to try to get rid of Alex Trebek. And Mark Henry's going to do the same thing too, but a drop kick that sends Alex Trebek over the top rope and onto the floor. A backside slam onto Luigi, and now Fox McCloud is going to take his aggressions out on Shane McMahon now. And oh no. Well, you know what, folks? If anybody can stand up to Mark Henry straight up, it has to be Bowser. A drop kick that sends Shane McMahon over the top rope and onto the floor. So Shane McMahon is gone. Oh, but Bowser just took down Fox McCloud and blindsided him. And McCloud, and wait a minute. Oh, and Henry just kicked Luigi in the face and just kicked him outside the ring. So Luigi is finished, as is Fox McCloud. Uh-oh, now you have the two biggest men in the ring right now by themselves. And wait a minute, here comes Steve Austin. I mean, he's a bad guy. I mean, or how do I put this? He's a badass, but to go up against two big bad brutes is a little too much, but I don't think Steve Austin cares, as he just clotheslined Mark Henry. And Bowser threw Mark Henry over the top rope, no problem. I mean, Bowser's bigger than Henry, but Henry somehow managed to stay in. Let me stand up, or let me just straighten up a little bit here. Because I'm having a bit of trouble, not so much, I'm not having trouble breathing, but just the way I'm seated is a little awkward. Anyway, here comes The Rock, as Mark Henry trying to hold on to the bottom rope. Nope, he couldn't do it. So Mark Henry just got eliminated, but now it's Bowser and Steve Austin in the ring alone. That is, until The Rock comes in. But the question is The Rock going to help him? Nope. It looks as if The Rock is going to go right after Steve Austin. I mean, they have unfinished business between the two of them, although Bowser going after Steve Austin as well. And The Rock takes down Steve Austin. And whipped into the corner is The Rock. And a back suplex onto Steve Austin. Uh-oh, here comes X-Pac, Cat Stevens, making his appearance in this match. In fact, to my knowledge, I believe this is the first time this season that Cat Stevens, X-Pac, has entered a match like this before, so this is his first Rumble match since, you know, that tragic accident that caused Cat Stevens brain damage and caused him amnesia. A clothesline onto X-Pac, and then a clothesline right to The Rock. And, oh no, here comes Kane. Although, the last time he was in a Rumble match, he didn't even last until the next guy came out. Although, wait a minute, out goes The Rock, but at the time, Paul White was in the match, but now Paul White is gone, so now let's see how Kane does against the likes of Bowser, among others. Although Bowser just elbowed him. And then whipped into the corner was Kane. And Kane, wow, just the strength to pick up Bowser and slam him. I mean, then again, Kane is supernaturally strong. And oh, wait a minute, here comes Bob Barker. And he's entering relatively late in the competition, so we'll see how he does. And Bowser was in trouble for a little bit, but he got out. And meanwhile, X-Pac, well, he tried to get rid of Steve Austin, but he couldn't. And a back suplex on a Kane by Bowser. And then a back suplex onto... Wait a minute! Stunner! Excuse me. Stunner onto Bob Barker. I had to burp midway through that. I apologize. And out goes Cat Stevens at the hands of Bowser. Meanwhile, here comes Link. And as that happens, Kane going to try to get rid of Bowser, but Bowser is proving to be a tough out this time around. And a double gutbuster onto Kane. a back suplex on a Bob Barker. And Bob Barker was almost eliminated by Steve Austin, but he managed to save himself. And another back suplex onto Kane. And Steve Austin tried to get rid of Link, but, Link is relatively fresh. And unless I'm mistaken, I believe there are no more competitors. And if that's the case, then... Whoa, look at the strength of Kane to suplex Bowser. I mean, Bowser's 500 pounds, and he just suplexed him like he was nothing. A knife edge chop onto Link, and now Bob Barker gonna try to get rid of Link. Thrown over the top is Steve Austin, and now Kane is going to try to get rid of Steve Austin, and Steve... oh my god, Austin somehow managed to save himself. I don't know how, but he did. And now he's going right after Bowser. And then a backstabber onto Link. Now, Bowser's the biggest man in the ring, but he's been in there the longest of these 5 men. So, okay, so there's no more competitors coming out, so that means that we are down to the final 5. So, the runner-up will get a shot at the Intercontinental Championship, but the winner will get a shot at the World Wrestling Federation Championship, as well as a free meal at the Veterans Day dinner. Right after the show, and it's not going to be Link as he gets eliminated. So now we're down to the final 4. And Bob Barker was just eliminated by Bowser. I mean, Bowser's on a roll, folks. I mean, because ever since he entered, Bowser is dominating this matchup, save for Kane as well. But now we're down to the final 3. Oh, then a face crusher with a knee by Bowser. And Kane, I don't know, but he saved himself. I was like, I don't know how, but he saved himself there. So yeah, now as the competition starts to slow down, and as the competition starts to wear down and thin out, it becomes a lot easier for me to keep up. I mean, all 3 men are battered and bruised. That much is apparently true. I mean, Bowser's going right after Kane. I mean, Kane's the biggest man aside from Bowser. Oh, and a power slam right to Steve Austin. Now, Steve Austin, if I remember correctly, excuse me, I mean, Steve Austin came into the ring when it was Bowser and Mark Henry alone in the ring. And I believe Kane is the freshest man. And apparently Bowser and Steve Austin are going after Kane. I mean, they know how much of a threat Kane is. So they're going to try to get rid of Kane. But can they? But can he? No. Kane saved himself. So Kane is already doing a lot better than he was the last time that he was in a match like this. I mean, that's for sure. I mean, right now Kane is just fighting for survival. I mean, his legs are hurt. Oh, and a spine buster right to Kane. Oh, but Bowser goes right after him. And, uh-oh. Oh, this is not good. And out goes Kane, finally, at the hands of Bowser. Okay, so now, whoever finishes in second at this point gets a shot at the Intercontinental title against Adam Sandler in the next show. Or actually, it'll have to wait until Adam Sandler is either eliminated from the tournament, or if Adam Sandler manages to somehow win the World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championships. And if that was the case, then whoever finished the runner-up in this match right here will be awarded the championship outright. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Although right now, Bowser has just won the Veterans Day All-Star Battle Royal. Or Royal Rumble, I'm sorry. The last two words were wrong. Royal Rumble. As Bowser has won himself a free meal at the Veterans Day dinner in just a couple of minutes, as well as a shot at the World Wrestling Federation Championship against the Undertaker. So yeah, that's going to be an epic match between the Undertaker and Bowser. I mean, that's something to look forward to on the next show. But for the veterans out there, happy Veterans Day. And for everybody else, this is your host, Jew, signing off. Hope to see you next time, and hopefully I get better physically. Alright. Have a good night, everybody.